brand new Space Jam digital Funko Pop set just released the other day, and I opened up a bunch of packs, and I was able to pull some pretty cool physical figures. And you know, really quickly, let me pull it up to show you what I got. Alrighty, collection tracker. So in the end, I got 4 legendaries and 1 grail. And I ended up pulling a Bugs Bunny, which is so cool, especially because he is that buff version of him in the movie. Not this buff, of course, but pretty big. Then after that, I ended up getting the M2 Purple Monster, which is an amazing character. Especially because we did get a wave from Space Jam years ago, and this is almost like a continuation of it. And we'll talk about the original wave in a bit, but first I want to show you guys the rest of the ones that I got. And after that, I ended up pulling a second Bugs Bunny. I know, kinda weird, but hey, I am okay with having 2 of those. Especially because Bugs Bunny is the main character, so you can't complain. Then I got the Lola Bunny, which is again a really great one, especially because we never got Lola for the original movie, so it's a perfect pop. And now I'm trying to remember exactly how many packs I bought. I think it was, I want to say like 15 or 16, something around there. And the characters that I just told you that I pulled were like in the first couple packs. Then for a while, I wasn't really getting anything. And towards the end, I was getting a little bit nervous that I wasn't gonna get any other physical figures until I pulled the Swag Hammer with Nerdlux. Honestly, one of the craziest pops I've pulled in a while from the digital drops, especially because all of the little Nerdlux are in the front. And now we have got a Swag Hammer already, so it's not like that's too big of a deal, but the rest of the character really does look great. Oh, and another thing, I'm really close to finishing off the royalty set. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's where you try to get every other card that doesn't get you like a physical figure right away. And that would be the commons, uncommons, rares, and epics. If I'm able to get every single one of those, I get another figure. And for me opening up all of those packs, I only need 3 more cards, then I've got it complete. And for anybody wondering which ones I'm missing, it is the Epic Daffy Duck, as well as the Epic M3 Blue Monster, as well as the Epic Porky Pig. And now in the grand scheme of things, that isn't really that many cards that I'm missing. And if I'm able to get those 3, I actually get another figure, like I mentioned, which would be Freddy Funko as a Toon Squad player. Seriously, an amazing pop, and I would love to add it to my Freddy Funko collection because I try to get the royalty for every set that I'm buying, you know, a good amount of packs for. Because let me see here, I was able to finish off the sets recently for Funkoween as well as Harry Potter and Fantastic Plastic. And those 3 characters are some amazing ones. It's the Freddy Funko as Amazing Carlos for Fantastic Plastic. The Harry Potter one is Freddy Funko as a Death Eater. And then the Funkoween one is Proto the dog as a zombie. Another one of Funko's mascots, and honestly one of my favorite from recently. Because they only started him at, I believe it would have been San Diego Comic-Con 2022. He hasn't been around for that long, but he's definitely a fan favorite. And anyways, now everybody, that we've talked about the entire drop and how mine went, I want to show you guys some of the older figures that released, I think in like 2016, 2017, because the ones that we just talked about are almost like a continuation of these ones here, and this actually released, yeah, in 2017. And so here he is, everybody, the original Bugs. And the cool thing is you can't get this version of Bugs Bunny in the new digital drop. And I love when Funko does stuff like that because they've done it actually a bunch of different times where they won't make that exact character again just updated. They'll do like new versions of them or completely different characters we've never seen. A good example of this would actually be the Simpsons set, because the original 4, which would be Krusty, Marge, Homer, and Bart, were never created again. We've actually only ever got one version of Krusty, and then the other characters, you can find them, but they're variants, not in their original outfits. And I think that is a perfect way to do it. Give people what they want by still creating that character, but change it up a little bit, and that's what they did with this Bugs Bunny here. Because of course he is wearing his Toon Squad jersey in the newer version, but he's not like, you know, that classic kind of looking version of Bugs. He's a lot buffer, and it's a neat updated one. And so I think that's why I'm really enjoying this line so much, because I've got most of these guys here. I'd like to continue it. And now, of course, I don't have this original set 100% complete, but I do have a good amount of them. And the next one that we've got here is Taz, which is, again, a really great character. And this is a figure that we never even saw in the new wave of them. I mean, he might have been one of the cards. Actually, I think he was one of the cards, but not like a physical figure that you could get again. And also, when it came to Taz, there was actually a chase version to go go along with it, where his mouth was completely open, almost like he was about to like rip something open. And I think it is such a cool one to have. I remember getting this at like some random candy store when we were on a trip. I think going to a store here in Canada, actually K-Dog and Fish. It was a long drive, and while we were in the car, happened to pass by, and I found this one at the store. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at here is I've been working on this collection for a while, and that's why I want to try to finish off the new ones as well, so they don't become old characters, and then they're tough to find. And then, everybody, the other one that we have here is the M3 Blue Monster, which actually had a card, but you could only get M2 out of the actual physical ones, and this was nowhere to be found. So an amazing one to have, and I guess you could technically get him because he is a nerd luck, just doesn't look like this, of course. I'm cutting in really quickly because I got an update on one of the pops. Apparently, the M2 Purple Monster's name has actually been switched to his real one in the movie, which is Bupkis. He's got a bit of a weird name, but it is cool that they're putting it on there, and the only thing that's gonna kinda bug me now is from the original set, it's still gonna say M3 Blue Monster, which is fine, I guess, but now I wanna know his name. Okay, I just did a little bit of digging, and apparently his name is Blanco. Either way, not M3. And so anyways, I figured I might as well just pop in and tell you guys, because it is a pretty interesting tidbit, and I'm wondering if the box is gonna say Bupkis or M2. I guess we'll find out when it comes in. And then if you guys want to take a look on the back, there are two other characters in this set that I still need to get. And I guess if you count the Chase Taz, it would be 3, but the ones that I'm missing are the original Swackhammer as well as Marvin the Martian. And I guess Swackhammer would be the closest to them actually recreating the exact same character. But the thing is, there's not really an easy way to make the Nerd Lucks because of how small they are. They probably could have done an entire digital drop on them if they wanted to. But I think the way they did it really is perfect, where he's kind of like surrounded by them, and I'm sure he'll have like a clear base or something to hold them together. And of course, when the new ones come in, I will 100% be doing a video where I unbox those and show you them along with these guys here together, because it really will be amazing to have almost the entire set complete. And I know they will take a while to come in, so maybe I'll be able to finish this off before they do arrive. And now I also want to hear from you guys. If you got any of the ones from the Space Jam drop, I would love to hear it. Did you get a physical one, or maybe you just finish off the set by getting the Freddy? Or is there one that you missed? Like with me, I really wanted to get that Daffy Duck. My dad and I were actually looking at all of the different possibilities, and that, funny enough, was the one that we really wanted to get. And I was not able to find him in any of the packs that I opened up. But the good news is I got a double on the Bugs Bunny, so I can probably sell that card and then buy that one. It'll work out. Because I honestly think it was one of the best drops they've done recently, especially because all of the premium packs did sell out. And I know that they had some of the standard ones left over. And the difference there, if you guys don't know, premium has 17 cards inside of every single pack, when the standard ones is only 5. But the price difference, of course, you know, it equates to how many you get. And anyways, everybody, that's pretty much going to do it for today. And I figured I would just tell you how my packs went, because a lot of you guys always ask about them. And it was also a perfect time to talk about my original Space Jam figures. And I know that there is Space Jam 2 as well with so many other characters, but I figured we didn't need to talk about those because they don't really go together, you know? Like, they do, but they don't. And I think it would be cool if they eventually did a Space Jam 2 set, maybe with all of the characters in the background. But then again, that's just like Pennywise and a lot of the Hanna-Barbera characters, which we've already seen before, like these guys back here. I mean, I've got most of them right there. But anyways, though, this has been a lot of fun. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow!